Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Thank you for joining us. Again, we got Dr. Ryan McGowie in studio with us. We're going to talk about or discuss, is golf good for you?
The pains and gains of the game.
Heart, mind, body, and soul.
Green, red, blue.
Ice or heat.
Deja vu here. Yeah, we got all that stuff
Toe
in
pictures.
Here. Nikki's feet. So, Doc, how are you?
I'm doing well.
So you see many people in the McGowie Health Group up in Atascadero, California. Check them out on their new Instagram page.
Nice, dude. That
was good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
was a good
I'm
voice.
still working on that post.
Yeah. Oh, it's not yet. Check it out later today if you don't mind. Golf, is it good for you? So let's talk physically. I know that you're an expert in the physical body. Is it good for you?
I think golf is great for you. It's not good for your back, knees, or elbows, or shoulders.
Au contraire.
Au
contraire.
If you think no. Listen, and what I mean by that is just those are the most areas that are most commonly injured.
Well, then
but there's
ways to prevent those things. It could be extremely good for your back and extremely good for your knees.
And
it can be.
especially your elbows.
And I don't know about the elbows.
Especially.
Because I got a bad elbow right now.
I'm just talking about the most common injuries in golf.
But
I think golf is great for you.
The basic question is it good for you, yes or no?
I would go with yes.
Is it good for the bone structure?
It puts a lot of stress on those areas I mentioned.
And what if you're doing it right and you have the good muscle and tendon protection of those bones or whatever would it be good for you then physically?
I would say that if it was good for you, all the golf professionals wouldn't have all their trainers and chiropractors and acupuncturists and having their personal trainers working on them all the time to make sure they're flexible and strong.
Well, it's not everybody and it's not all the time, but there's many that because of the speed and the rotations, but the average player, I'm talking about the average player, if they have good technique, it shows that it could actually be, it's poor technique that can lead to serious injuries if there's spinning and twisting and strains on different areas if the technique is wrong. The tour players you're talking about who do it a lot more than anybody on the planet would be on any. I would think that boxers have things worked on too, and bikers, people who bicycle, and people who wear vests and work. You must wear
life preservers.
Look at them guns, man. So you're at the gym. So if you have good technique, it's going to be healthy. If you're bad technique, it can hurt you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think that's one of the biggest things that most problems is the technique.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important
And
to
you
talk to
mentioned
guys
that
like
every player, everybody in the world has working with their chiropractors and stuff like that. That's not the case. It is, and there are a lot of tour players that have experts to keep them in the right techniques and strengthen areas in the right places so they avoid injury. And that's a lot of that going on. I've done a lot of research on that. So and sometimes like Rory's, was he overworking out? Was he over? Was he
or Koepka?
Or Koepka? Who are they doing
or
more?
what?
So what? So there is a fine damage,
Yeah.
but their swings. They're only swinging 45 times around, maybe in a whole 18 holes. There's a lot of chips and putts, which I doubt are a lot of strain on the spine when you're chipping and putting. But so it's not a lot. It's just it's fast. So it's a very very fast, and so they're just trying to pick it up. So the average player's a lot of injuries. There's no question.
Yeah.
Hey, you look better in them things.
other
Roger,
ones were-
Niners
But
7.
I have
we
a-
got 3
popping.
Joe, clearance for 177, Niner 15. So
13L5 179.
you're good to
Wind
go.
out of the southwest, 5 miles an hour.
132 knots at
Bank left, please,
6550.
at 45679.
Nice headphones, buddy.
I think those are on backwards.
Are they? No, I have to do
No, I can read it.
this thing.
So
But I have
Yeah.
a point I would like to make about that. Don't you think that even with the rotational forces on you playing golf, that it's better than lying on the couch watching TV and drinking beer?
Well,
Overall.
that depends.
I would think most things are probably better than that.
I mean, where you're lying there and all your muscles are tightening, your tendons
Curling
are shortening.
would be better than that.
You can barely get up because you're stuck in some part of the couch.
fishing for
Have you done that
bluegill.
before? You sound
No,
like
but
you've
I've
done that
seen
before.
I've seen it, and every time I see that, I think I will never stop playing golf ever because I don't want to become that.
Well, you just pointed at me.
No, I said that couch potato thing. Yeah.
But fishing for bluegill is more. So you're comparing golf to just laying on a couch drinking beer.
Exactly. I mean, let's go for the
How
extremes.
about going to the movies eating popcorn?
I think that's great. I think it's great to go to the movies and eat popcorn.
Can you drink beer in the go to the movies, drink beer?
You can
I
now.
can,
So
but
You can now,
yes, you can.
which is actually pretty cool. But I can't drink the beer, but it's good. Looks good.
Mentally, is it good for you?
of course, it's amazing for you mentally.
Because you know Dickie does know everything. What about the guy who freaks out and goes home and beats his car up, and breaks all his
Yeah.
clubs, and
got-
screaming and kicks his stuff? That's that good
He's
for you
got
mentally.
anger issues and he's got to work through them.
I will tell you, I've seen several people, and I still know several people that continue to play, and I tell you, for them mentally, it's not good for them.
Yeah, that's true. Some people, yeah, I agree with that.
I just
Some people.
the things that they get mad at over while they're playing is unbelievable. I mean, and their blood pressure's rising.
Could that be an
and
underlying issue, as Nikki was trying to say?
It probably is, but in that case, I don't know if it's necessarily good for you, because if that's your trigger, that's what's making you snap,
Yeah.
and you're playing a lot of golf.
So, but
Maybe it's good
if
to
you
get it
bring
out,
it
but
back
at
to
some
golf,
point, you
just
know.
golf, is golf good for mentally? What do you think, Doc?
I guess it depends on your personality.
So the underlining thing.
Yeah.
It'd be-
Yeah.
I think it would be good.
It's the.
It's always very peaceful when I'm out there.
Have we ever played golf together?
No,
I don't think
you don't
so.
want to play with me.
So a lot of research is done on this, and obviously the thinking part of it, and the strategies, and decision making, and all the things that's really good for the brain circuit. Now, whether you could, freaking out because you had a bad childhood and you drank a lot of beer on the couch before you went to the golf course, that might be different. But the actual brain stimulation is huge
It's
in the
good.
game of golf. Because if you're thinking, not just going out there and smacking around, but where did my ball go? You've got to compute a lot of things in your
Right.
mind.
Right.
So it's Alzheimer's Society says it's really good for those people, so they can really get to think about things in the moment
Yeah.
and stuff. So to keep your heart rate and brain healthy it's highly recommended. This in the walking, of course, which is different. It's good physically. It's 4 to 6 miles if you walk. 1,400 calories if you walk that you can burn, as many as 850 even driving in a cart, walking, getting to your
Yeah.
golf ball and stuff. But
Does
brain,
that take into account the alcohol that's usually consumed?
that's just what it burns. I didn't say anything about
We don't know about
consumption.
intake.
Okay.
So it's actually a
Didn't mention
negative.
consumption.
That's funny.
If you
So-
walk, you're usually not drinking because you have
I
no
am.
place to.
But that's just me. So brain stimulation, absolutely it can be. Now, whether people have problems with how they handle their emotions, that's a different thing.
Don't you love it when you're out on the course and your playing partner hits a shot, and the next thing you hear, you're getting ready to hit your shot, and then you hear the club going through the air, the whoop, 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 whoop.
But who are
they
you playing
throw
with,
it.
man?
Oh, man. I played with that guy twice, and never again, ever will I play with him.
And Mike, you're expert in endorphins, right?
I don't know about that.
Well, because when I see you, you release my endorphin. Or no,
Do I really?
my dolphin. I have a little, yeah. But you do. The feel-good hormones, right?
Okay.
So
I'll roll with that.
for seniors,
How about when I see you?
it's not quite the same. It's not bad. I mean, they're like in the top 50.
Just tiny ones?
Little bitty baby, little bitty guppy things.
Okay.
So, for me, and for a lot, and I don't know, I'm getting to be towards the retired age and about to do so, and I'm senior. And there's a lot of benefits, according to the studies that he told me. I got up last night and was Googling, that there's a lot of mental benefits for seniors, a lot of benefits for golf. That's not including the baggage they may bring, or if they're drinking or whatever. You guys
Yeah.
are throwing wrenches into a lot of things here.
Yeah.
But it really is. It's a good. It's a feel good hormone socially.
I would say
'cause
socially
you lose
has
your
gotta be
you lose your
huge.
friends and
Yeah.
stuff as you get older, and so you're besides being at home, you almost have no social. So going and seeing the buddies is mental health is huge for people.
Yeah.
And it's really, because if you don't do it, you could you can lose it. You can be very sad. It helps people who are sad
Those are some of the sweetest times, being out on the golf course with your best friends.
when they're still flinging clubs over your head and
No,
stuff.
not those friends. The good ones.
The ones that are drinking.
They don't drink.
No, they. Just So Doc, what do you think, man?
I think you should golf. That's what I think you should do.
That's-
But you need to take
you
care of
came-
yourself after you golf.
We
And I think that's
flew
what-
you in from Atascadero, got you in front of the mic, and you said, "I think you should golf."
I think you should
You could
golf.
have
But,
Instagrammed that.
hey,
You
I'm
could have.
Good
still
idea.
trying to do the
He
Instagram
is.
post, and it's
He
not
will.
working.
It's not working.
I can
I've
help
never
doing
done
that.
it before. So anyway, trying something new.
So is golf good for you? I'm just, I'm not.
No, really, I
I'm
mean-
not stating my opinion. I'm saying things I have an opinion. I just haven't shared it really yet. But I'm just reading things that I've.
I think
looked
it's
up.
amazing for you.
Does it reduce stress?
It can reduce stress and increase
I think in
stress.
most cases it does.
What do you think?
I do.
Because stress is a big part of your business. Because you always
a huge part of the
it's a
business.
huge part of your business.
Basically, it's a business. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, it reduces stress.
Could it add to stress?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
So it's
I
both.
definitely can.
It's both. Yeah.
Because can it? It's the pleasure of walking in the fresh air, socializing, added mental challenge. It means a release of endorphins. Like every time I see you, Mike, it's natural mood enhancing chemicals in your brain, which makes you happy and relaxed. It can absolutely reduce stress for most people.
Yes.
You know what those chemicals are?
They're little bitty things that float around like that,
Like guppies.
like puppies. Like when,
very good.
Yeah.
Like I would say, it was probably because dopamine releases when you get good shots. You get the encouragement when you see the shot that you hit. Different things like that. The
And in-
reinforcements.
And during my
Dopamine release.
my depression, I had lack of those things.
You probably did.
So when we hit good
Still
shots
suffering.
from now on, we should yell
Never.
dopamine, right?
Don't be mean. is
Don't
what
be
I
mean.
call it.
There we go.
That's a first T thing, and we'd really know. Actually, I've never been in a depression. I was just telling you that I've studied a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people have been.
Yeah.
How about improved sleep? Does it improve your sleep, or keep you up at night?
Boy.
If you walk all 18 holes with you carrying your bag, it improves your sleep.
So the exercise part can make you tired. Is what you're saying?
Definitely. I love that feeling. It's like a runner's high when I used
Yeah.
to run all the time.
High.
It's a lot like
Did you
that.
run when you were high?
A couple times.
Yes, of course.
I talked about
It's
that
different,
the
huh?
other night with
Yeah.
my wife. We used to, my buddy and I, Brian, he used to do it too. When we run together, we go out in high school, go to parties, drink beers, go home, 1:30 in the morning, go for a run.
Is it
Go
true
run
that,
at like 3 to 5 miles.
that it's sleep, of course?
It
And
was
this-
crazy
I don't,
when I think about it.
and if you were doing, like crack or something, you'd be doing it fast, but you
Yeah.
get done real
I
quick.
I never did that. And when I said high, I
I
was more
know.
like a beer high. It wasn't any of that other stuff.
Just kidding you, buddy.
No, I know, but I need
Don't
to
get all your
clarify
endorphins firing up at me over here, and we dopamines. Don't be mean.
That's
So
what he's saying. I like that saying.
sleep
Yeah.
helps your muscles rest and repair. We hear all the time. True, Doc?
Yes.
So your body's kind of healing itself as you're getting to your, in your
Absolutely.
REM state, and it's probably one of the healthiest things in the world is sleeping, right?
Yes.
So can
some-
I ask something on that?
Yes.
So
Now you remember I'm not a sleep expert.
no,
Okay,
but
bring it.
let's say I have a good night's sleep.
So if your femur isn't sleeping,
I have a good night's sleep and I wake up and I'm like sore. Does that mean my rest was poor?
Means
And-
you need a new bed.
or you're
a
tossing
new
and
bed,
turns, your wife had
or
bruises.
maybe I didn't sleep as well as I thought.
may be
or,
tossing and
like if
flipping.
sleeping is supposed to help repair muscles and feel better, then how come everybody when they wake up they always go, "Oh God, getting out of bed is really hard."
You are getting old, bud.
You know,
Arthritic stuff. Wait till you're 59, dude.
I'm just curious.
I say it takes a
I mean,
crane
that's
to
got to
get
happen.
me out of
That's
bed.
what I mean. It's got to happen to you guys.
And you should see the guy. I've trained this crane. It's actually, I think it's a heron, blue heron. Pulls me out of bed every day.
Are you saying after you've golfed, or are you just saying in general?
After he sleeps, he's saying.
I'm saying if I've been really active the day before, even at work because I'm on my feet a lot,
Didn't sleep enough.
or if I'm like last night or yesterday playing golf. I mean, we played a lot of golf yesterday.
Do you
We
have
had a lot of
apnea by
balls.
any chance? Do you have sleep apnea that you know?
Possibly.
Have you ever been tested?
No.
Dr. Feldman is a sleep expert. I'll
Yes.
hook you up.
I do wake up at like 3:30 every morning, on the nose, and then in the summertime I'll open up the door in the backyard.
It's
and
trippy how that you look at your clock and it's within a minute. That's
Yeah.
so weird.
That happens.
And
That
those
happens
those
a
dang
lot.
birds at 3:30 in the morning in summer,
Which comes first, the
Chirping.
waking up or the birds?
mockingbirds,
Chirping. They're
Yeah.
mocking you.
I know.
Everybody, have you heard? Sorry, I got a little, so does that out loud?
I loved it.
But yeah,
so do
you
you
might
think
be
it's
right.
the mockingbirds waking you up? Or do
I don't know.
You do notice them after you're alert?
They're telling everyone Mike's awake.
I don't know.
Yeah, they see Mike wake up. Beep,
after. Yeah. But I've had other people that have said the same thing. So I mean, it's just
He was about to
interesting
answer your question,
Sorry,
and I
go ahead.
interrupt.
I know. Sorry.
And I'm going to as soon as he starts talking once again.
Go ahead, Doc.
Well, your body does repair itself at night.
Mm.
And so you, like, let's say specifically to the spine, it's something called imbibition. And you
Inhibitions, Mike.
your
Inhibitions.
body pumps nutrients into the disc. And
Mm.
so if things are already inflamed after you've been working out, golfing, anything like that, you're breaking down tissue right after you're using it for a while. So the body's trying to heal that area with inflammation. And if there's any damage there, you're bringing more inflammation to that area to heal at night. So what happens is, like, for instance, in the disc, it swells up. and then you go to get out of bed, and you're putting gravity back onto the disc, and it will feel stiff until you get the nutrients out and the blood flowing into that area. So that's a good possibility that if you're stiff and sore in the morning after activity, it'd be more going into like what we would call DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, which would be a good thing. It
Do you
means
consider
your body's
yourself a dom?
healing itself.
Oh, no.
But if you're waking up stiff and sore and there's really no contribution to that, there was no activity the night before on your feet a lot or anything like that, then I'd be more concerned about inflammatory response going on in the body.
I wake up stiff a lot.
Yeah, this is more active, like soreness, I think.
Maybe,
I would say that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
maybe not enough sleep.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that.
Because you get up at the
I agree
dawn
with
of the,
that.
you know,
100%.
and you're a hardworking man. So instead of 4 hours sleep, try 8. That'll be $80 just to see the receptionist.
You know
leave.
what? I think I figured out too why I don't want to. Why I'm not getting as much sleep, because now, like, I could go to bed at 7 o'clock at night now, but I don't want to.
No.
But I'll get up at 3:30.
I
get
have
up
learned
at
if your
5.
body asks you to sleep,
Yeah.
sleep. I've been to a sleep expert. I've had insomnia most of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm not, this is true. I'm not, usually I joke around, but that's true.
Right.
But if your body's telling you to sleep, sleep. And it'll call for that less and less, according to my sleep doctor.
Really?
Doctor, yeah. Sleep. I won't tell you, because 20 minutes is huge.
Yeah,
Your body's-
I'll
if
do
your-
that. I'll
if your
go home from
body's
work in the middle of the
asking
day
for
and
it.
take a nap for.
How do you
20.
feel
Those
after
are
the
really
nap?
good.
If I only go 30 minutes, I'm good. If I get past like into the 45-minute range and wake up, I feel like I got hit by a bus.
Well, you shouldn't sleep in the street. It's one of the things that.
Yeah.
that
No, I feel like
Yeah,
it's.
that bus
I've
comes every
crossed-
45
every
minutes.
you get the bus,
I
45-minute
guess
bus.
I probably maybe crossed into those different sleeping zones. Like maybe I started kind of going towards the REM, and that's going like too far instead of like when I do a 20, 30-minute nap, especially in the summertime, because I'll do 12, 14-hour days.
Well,
So I'll go home and relax,
If,
eat, take a little nap.
if you're
for
going
20,
too
30 minutes, go back
long,
to
let
work.
it go long at times. Plan on it so you
I don't
could
think
go.
my work would like that.
Well, some days you have to plan
Yeah.
it. What's more important, your work or your health? Ask the
Health.
doc. He's a health doctor.
Yeah, no, health is number one. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
But why did you ask that on the time?
Because some people that do have like a sleep apnea,
Yeah.
when they go to take a nap, they don't feel good
Right.
afterwards.
Hmm.
Is because I don't know the exact science off the top of my head, but I have seen where they've said that it's either you're falling too quickly into the REM and then coming out of it because you didn't get enough of it the night before,
Right.
and that's why you feel groggy.
Right.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
So
Changes
that
the
would lead
chemical.
back to maybe if you are running into that issue, you might check out to see
Time
if
to go
there's
to bed earlier.
or an apnea. And waking up usually between 1 and like 3, usually we're thinking something's going on with the liver or the upper part of the brainstem. So you could have liver sluggishness, or it's congested, or you're under a lot of stress. And what'll happen is the front part of the brain will not be able to regulate the lower part of the brainstem. And so then the upper part of the brainstem starts overfiring, and that will wake you up between 1 and 3 a.m. So if you're waking
Wow.
up between 1 and 3 a.m., specifically, if you can usually tell the time, we can correlate that to a system in the body or
Sounds like a sleep expert.
Well,
Did you claim
That's
on
actually really
Instagram that you were not?
I don't claim to be anything but what I am.
Wow, that's deep too.
That is deep.
That's
That is
so
We
deep.
should take our second
and,
break.
and that's a really good out for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just that.
You guys listen
I
to
don't
Golf
claim
Talk
to be
Radio.
anything, but I'm going to use that. Can I use that?
Yeah, you should.
You're
right.
more than welcome to.
I've been using it
You,
for
you
years.
could
Doc.
Instagram that.
Yeah, put
should.
I still haven't been able to
that should be your
Instagram
very
what I
fir-
started.
just-
We'll,
I
we'll
don't-
work on that. At the
I don't
45 minutes
claim
ago.
that I'm anything but what I am. You should put that as your very first post and a picture with not
I
a
love
picture of Mike
that.
though. That won't go good.
All right, we'll be right back, guys. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy, brought to you by Sundale Country Club, home of the Bakersfield City Championship for the past 30-plus years. Give them a call at 661-831-5224, SundaleCountryClub.com. We'll be right back. Stay with us.